Hey, it's Brian Rodgers and my son Quinn Rodgers, and today on this video we're going to show you how I make my everyday pan ragu slash bolognese sauce. So good. We use TVP, it's plant-based, tons of protein. Quinn, how good is it?
It's very good.
It's amazing. Love this. You can meal prep with this. You can use it for all kinds of different things. Watch this video. I'm going to show you exactly how we make it. Take care. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you how to make my super quick, protein-packed, amazing homemade bolognese. Plant-based, carnivore, whatever diet you're on, it doesn't really matter. You're going to love this bolognese. It's so good. I'm going to show you exactly how I make it. We're going to make it really quick, in real time. Here we go. The first thing...
Who doesn't like Italian food?
Exactly. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a hot pan. And the key to this is the red gravy. I call it red gravy. I've been cooking this pretty much my whole life. I always have this in my my refrigerator. It's my marinara that I make. Everybody has their own way they make marinara, but I always have marinara on hand. You can look at my recipe. It's got stewed tomatoes. It's got garlic salt, garlic powder. It's got some onions, bell peppers, some tomato paste. It's just the way I make my red gravy. I'm sure my red gravy is posted somewhere on my site. But you can also use store-bought. So if you have a vegan marinara you like there's different brands out there. I don't really know what the brands are. You can just use a bottle of whatever you like and then kind of doctor it up. You're more than welcome to do that. But if you can make some red gravy, learn a really good marinara and also a good pizza sauce, kind of the same thing, a little different. Pizza sauce is not quite as thick, doesn't use as many ingredients. It's not as sweet. It can be, but typically it's not as sweet. But I've been making this pretty much my whole life. You can make spaghetti out of this. You can make a lasagna out of this. I mean, you can do sandwiches out of this, eggplant parmesan. Whatever you use red sauce in or red gravy, you can use this. Manicotti. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
I used to make ours with carrots.
With carrots, there is some carrots in here. There's some carrots in here as well, so thanks for bringing that up. So I'm going to show you how I make, how I food prep for 2 or 3 meals. My son loves this because it's full of protein. It works as a sauce. It works as all kinds of different things. I'm going to show you exactly how I make it. So we're going to start with a hot pan. What we're going to do, a typical bolognese is a lot of stuff, but it's typically red gravy, marinara sauce, whatever, and ground beef, like hamburger, right? Kind of really finely done hamburger. The way we get that is we use what's called TVP, textured vegetable protein. Now here's the key. Notice it says high protein. I want you to look at this for a second. This is Bob's Red Mill. There's other brands. I buy it in bulk, so I have like tons of these just laying around. They last forever. You can make tacos out of this. I make chili. This makes the best chili. I think I saw
that recipe is up.
Okay, cool. So look at the chili recipe. It uses this. I think I saw a recipe on Food Network the other day from a regular chili, like a chili stand in Chicago that was actually using this as their secret ingredient, but instead of hamburger, which is crazy.
It's now being used more and more.
Yeah, and so notice this. For every serving, a serving's 1/4 of a cup is 12 grams of protein. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. Comment here if I'm wrong. I believe that's more protein than ground beef. Pretty sure. Post if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that 12 grams per 1/4 of a cup, I'm pretty sure that's more protein, or at least equal to ground hamburger. So if people say...
depends on which beef you get.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that will hold true. I think it's around 8 or 9 for beef.
It's a 9.
Yeah. So when people say, how do you get your protein? Well, here's another way. Right? 1/4 of an onion. I'm going to use some fresh parsley, like a tablespoon of fresh parsley, and just like a 1/4 of a cup of bell pepper. So we're going to start with that. Notice no oil. You don't really need oil. If you feel like you need a little bit, you can pour a little vegetable stock in this, but it's not absolutely needed. If you do want some oil or vegetable stock, you can just add a little bit just like that. Again, if you use oil, this is obviously where you use oil. You can put it in there like that. Let's get that going. So that's how we're going to start our bolognese. So not your typical way you'd start it, like with parsley and, oh, did you see that? I knocked a bell pepper off that and it landed in the marinara. That was pretty sweet. 3 cloves of garlic. Gotta have our garlic. We're gonna put 3 cloves of garlic in there. That looks more like about 2 cloves of garlic. But
Pretty light on the garlic, Lauren would say.
yeah, that's okay though, because Lauren loves garlic. I love garlic, but I don't over love garlic. But there is some garlic in my red gravy. So, and we're also going to use some garlic salt and some garlic powder. So, we don't need any more. It's going to be garlic. There's going to be garlic. Trust me. It's going to be Italian. All right. Now, the other thing I use this sauce for is I love to use it for lasagna. Love it. So I'll take this sauce once you see it down at the end of the video here. I'll stack it on like lasagna noodles and make some really good lasagna with some vegan ricotta cheese. You can make vegan ricotta cheese out of silken tofu, or you can buy it with some really nice. I use mashed sweet potatoes on my vegan lasagna. That's kind of like a topper to the ricotta. It's really good. I also use this kind of as a pizza sauce sometimes. It's a little bit thicker pizza sauce than I normally would make, but if you have it on hand, it works great. You can also use it as the base of a soup if you're doing some kind of a red Italian soup. Works well for all kinds of different things. So we're going to get that going. That's about what we want to do there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my red gravy. That's about what we want there. Because notice I didn't cook the onions and stuff all the way down. The reason for that is it's going to be hot. Let me just pull that up real quick. Don't do what I just did and put your red gravy on there steaming hot. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. There we go. See, I'm a trained professional and I make mistakes all the time. That's what cooking is. It's learning. So I won't do that. Actually, I've probably done that probably 100 times and I still haven't learned my lesson, even though it's like scorching hot. Like, I think I just burnt. I feel like I just, like would it be a 2nd degree burn or third? What would it be?
3rd degree probably.
If it doesn't cut open, right?
Yeah.
Like I can feel it. I'm hurting right now. So look at that. So I'm going to incorporate my red gravy. And what I was saying before my sauce exploded was that I didn't cook my onions all the way down and my peppers all the way down because we're going to simmer this for quite a while before we do it, before we move on. So I want to start with that, turn this down to kind of medium heat, and then we're going to start building out our bolognese. So we can start adding our seasonings. So we're going to add, I'm going to just start with the stock. We're going to add about, and I have this all written down. Lauren would be proud of me. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of vegetable stock to that. And people are going to start saying, oh my gosh, that's looking so runny. That's looking so too like liquidy. Well, you know what TVP does? Typically with TVP,
Soak up the liquid.
if you use it for like hamburger or tacos or burritos or something, you usually put it in hot water and let it sit for about 10 minutes and it rehydrates, which we've done on, I don't even know how many videos we've done now where we've used soy curls. Basically, this is the same thing as soy curls, just smaller version. We've done it so many times. You just rehydrate it. We're going to use our red gravy. We're going to use our sauce to actually rehydrate it. So you don't even have to rehydrate it. So we're going to put this right in here. So we're going to use 7 ounces of TVP because this is bolognese. So you want it to be mostly a thick meat sauce, really. So we're going to use about 7 ounces of that, which is about 1/2 of a container mostly. And look, we're just going to start putting that in there. And notice how it's going to start thickening. See that? And we used 1/2 of our vegetable stock to start with, and we're going to use the other 1/2. We used a 1/2 cup there, and then we'll use another 1/2 cup here in a minute. Okay, so that's how you want it. Notice how it's looking like meat sauce now, and it's soaked. Look at that, how it soaked all that up real quick. It's exactly what we want. All right. Now, notice how it got thick all of a sudden? So what we're going to do, now we're going to add our tomato paste. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. And then we're going to add 2 cans. I don't know what that measures to, but 2 cans of water. So whatever that is. So we're going to leave our tomato paste in there, and I'm going to grab our water. Like 2 tomato paste cans of water. We're going to add that to it.
Those are what, usually 4 ounces? So
I think 4 ounces.
Probably about 8 ounces.
Yeah, about 8 ounces maybe.
water.
Yep. And you want to judge it from here, kind of what you think. You know what I mean? Kind of judge how you think it should be. Start cooking that up. I'm going to turn that up a little bit. I'm going to add the rest of my water and a little bit of more red gravy in there. I don't know who measured that out, but I think it was more than 7 ounces of TVP. So we're going to thin that out a little bit. That's okay. Now it's starting to cook. All right, we're going to start our seasoning. So we're going to take some Italian seasoning. So it's just oregano, thyme, marjoram. I don't know what else is in that. Maybe some oregano. Did I say oregano? So we're going to take a little Italian seasoning. So probably a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. We're going to take a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, about a tablespoon and a half of minced onions, and about 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic salt. About a teaspoon of pepper. That's it. That's our seasoning. Now we're going to let that cook in. There's our last cup of vegetable stock in there. You could use beef. You could use the non-beef stock. You can use whatever you want right there. You could use just water if you like. Totally up to you. Now that's starting to look perfect. Look at that. See how that's cooking up now? If you like just a great bolognese spaghetti flavor, that's what you're going to get with this. So good. You're going to get the meaty flavor with the TVP, all the protein. Oh, so good. All right, I'm gonna give that a little taste, Ken. See what that tastes like. Such a good flavor. It needs a little bit of pepper. Really good. It's seasoned perfectly. All right, so we're going to cook that up. We're going to get our pasta going now, and then we're going to have us some bolognese. Okay, and here we go. So look who joined us. My son Quinn is here.
Pulled him away from his PS5.
Yeah, so you got a brand new PS5, and you've been playing. What game are you playing?
No Man's Sky.
Nice. What'd you get for Christmas?
PS5.
And?
Some books.
And?
A car.
What kind of a car?
A Subaru.
Nice. You're driving a Subaru. So
It's one of the top-rated safest vehicles.
That's right, especially here in Colorado. So also today, Quinn, I want you to come on because I made one of your favorite dishes. And I made a lot. Look at the size of this. This is a bolognese. I actually used a lot of TVP in this, so it's almost more of a ragu now. But it's still close to a bolognese.
Like
so
10
bolognese, ragu, you know, whatever. But you could eat on this for literally days. So we're going to do it, Quinn. You want to try some?
Yes.
So we're going to take some pasta. And look, I got this fun multicolored pasta. Look at this.
It's that bell pepper pasta.
Yeah. So look at that pasta, Quinn. You like that?
That looks good.
It's kind of cool the way it looks, isn't it? So we're going to do some of this on the pasta. What's your favorite dish that I make, Quinn, at home?
Well, this is one of them, probably.
Yeah, and what else?
Let's see. Pizzas.
Pizzas.
I don't know, like the pita milk things.
Yeah?
Like that. And there was one other thing I really liked. What was it? I can't. Everything's good.
Thank you. I like
like-
that. I love it.
Sometimes the.
You'll get your $10 later.
I don't know. It says like the. We just had it. It was reheated.
Italian sandwiches?
Oh my! That's what it was. It
Yeah.
was the sausage sandwiches.
Sausage sandwiches,
and
yeah.
Your burgers.
Burgers.
I
Yeah.
think basically just everything. It's just sometimes it's like a hodgepodge, so you don't even know what it is.
That's
It
true.
tastes good.
All right, so here we go. Again, this is more like a ragu, but this is a great, I made this right out of my red gravy, which we always have right in our pantry. And we've got that right on here. And we're going to mix that around a little bit. If you like it saucier, you can, and then you can take this and you can sauce it down. You can add, you can even have a bottle of tomato. You can add tomato sauce. You can add, make it thinner, thicker, whatever you like. But this is how we're going to do it today. And then I also have some vegan, dairy-free Parmesan cheese that we made. The base, it's nutritional yeast and basically pumpkin seeds, pepita. So we made that. It's really good. So we're going to put some.
That too was on a previous video.
It was. So we're going to put that over the top like that. And we're all going to enjoy some pasta. Here we go. We're going to give this a whirl, Quinn.
Right now.
Yep, see what you think.
That's really good.
That's really good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, so good.
It's so hard to please a teenager these days.
Mm-hmm.
But you did it.
Oh, so amazing. So good. See you guys.